Hey folks, my name is James and I'm a Renaissance guy, and if you've been watching my channel, you know that means I like to do a lot of different things. I've had videos about boating, fishing, building things. Today I want to talk about another interest of mine, which is the intersection of sustainability and self-sufficiency. So I thought I'd do a little backyard tour and get your recommendations for what I should do next in my yard in the interest of sustainability and self-sufficiency. So I've only lived in this house that you can see behind me for about a month and a half, and so the yard is by no means finished. There's still a lot of work to do in it to get it to where I want it to be, but I would love to know your thoughts on what you think I should do next in the interest of sustainability and self-sufficiency. So let's take a look at what I've got going on so far. So first I should say I am in the suburbs and I'm living on less than 1/3 of an acre, so there's only so much that I can do. Plus, I've got 3 kids who want to be able to run around in this backyard, so I can't take up the whole space with, a farm. But let's take a look at where I'm at so far. So I just walked into the backyard. Here's my boat, which you've seen in other videos. And over here on the left, I've got a long garden. It's about 8 feet deep from the fence, from the wood fence to the outside of the chicken wire fence, which is up to prevent chickens and my dog from getting into it. But as you can see, I've got a lot of weeds in here that I need to deal with, but I've got cucumbers, a few pepper plants, a few tomato plants, some green beans that, started real strong, but then here on the right side of the rows, they all kind of shriveled up, so I don't know if that's a water issue or a soil issue. The yard is still new to me, so I'm still figuring it out. My little entrance into there. I've got some okra coming up here, which seems to be doing okay. And then over here, we've got some watermelons going. We'll see how that goes. And speaking of the garden, you can see that I've got these drip lines set up. Those drip lines are fed by this rain barrel, which catches water off of my screened porch. The rain barrel is enough to help, but it doesn't water the entire garden on its own. Sometimes I need to use some sprinklers, but certainly it's better than nothing. I'd love to get a second rain barrel off of that gutter over there. And I don't know if I would run that also to the main garden or to the herb garden, which I'll show you here in a minute. And then, as you can see here, I've got a 100-watt solar panel set up. I also have 45 watts more of solar panels that I haven't set up yet. But I've got that running into my shed, because my shed, which is 8 by 12. The shed is not electrified without it, and I have a battery-powered lawnmower. So what I use that solar system for, and it's kind of set up over here, I got a battery there. What I use it for is to charge that lawnmower, but also I've got it running here to a light, and then I've also got an additional inverter there in case I need to do anything else light with it, like running a fan or running light out to my chicken coop when the days get shorter. So that's what this setup is for. My 3 other solar panels that are 15 watts apiece are right there. I'll probably set those up before too long. Also using the shed for, garden equipment as well as outdoor toy and bike storage for my kids. Still a lot of stuff to set up. Also, everything else I have is electrical. My leaf blower, my weed whacker, my tiller, and my pressure washer thing there, also electric. And then if we come over here behind the shed, You know, I got my wheelbarrow and my kids' wheelbarrow, but I've also got my 2 metal composters, and you may have seen those in another video. It's almost a year and a half after I made them. They're still working great. They're rusting a little bit more than I would like, so I'm either going to clean them out and coat them with something else, or just let them do their thing until they rust out and replace them and try again. But they still work. I'm very pleased with how they've worked out, other than a little bit of rusting. And that used to be a flower bed until my chickens got to it. They got to it before I had a chance to put a fence around it. Oh well. And then over here we've got a little herb garden. A few different things growing in there. Over here we've got our chicken coop. Right now the chickens are wandering the yard. You can see one little Easter egger right there. There's one of my buff Orpingtons is inside the run under the coop. You can't really see her very well. Let's see if we've got any eggs today so far. It's still morning, so who knows. Oh, there's one there. There's one there. Oh, hey girl. She's working on one right now. So we'll have a few eggs today. We've got 6 chickens. And I do have a video about building this chicken coop if you're interested, and a video about the mistakes that I made while building it. So if you're interested in learning more about that, you can find those on my channel. Here's a little patch of, I think is blackberry bramble or something coming up. We're trying to figure out what it is and whether or not we'll keep it. Grass isn't growing here. I think there must have been a tree here once that the previous owners cut out. So still trying to figure out what to do with this patch. And then the yard continues around here. I've got quite a lot of space in a side yard over here that currently doesn't really do anything other than being a spot for my dog to poop. He likes to do that in private, so he comes around to the side yard where nobody is. And then the last thing that I'll point out, which is actually more inside the house than outside the house, but we're not going to go inside the house today, is that from that vertical siding piece over is all an add-on off of the master bedroom. This is a little office space here, but in between where the roof pitches down and pitches up, that is a storm shelter, which I think is super cool. A lot of times here in Arkansas, you see storm shelters built outside the house or under the house, but that one is basically a little hallway in between the master bedroom and an office. So I think that's pretty neat. So that is my yard in a nutshell, and I would love to hear from you what recommendations you have for what I should do next in the interest of sustainability and self-sufficiency. Also, if you have an interest in learning anything more or seeing more of any of the elements of my yard, maybe the solar panels, how I set those up, how I run that, or anything else, let me know, and I'll be happy to consider making a video. Also, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave a comment, because I am certain that I will reply to it. I get on that pretty quick. So thank you for watching. If you enjoy this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and maybe I'll talk to you soon. Oh, now you come out to say hi after I'm done with my video. I see how it is. Well, good to see you anyway.